Hey everybody, today is September 23rd, 2012. I'm up here in Wisconsin and it's 6:30 a.m. and this is my Wisconsin garden update. As you can see behind me, the lake is on fire. And we had 2 frosts earlier in the week. Wiped out the plants in the garden, and tonight is the big freeze, so everything needs to be picked. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So let's go take a look at the garden. Okay, let's take a quick look in the garden before I rip everything up before the freeze tonight. As you can see here, we had frost 2 times this week, and it has totally taken a toll on the pumpkin patch and squash plants. And also up there you can see all my tomato plants have met their demise. But with all these wilted leaves, it exposes all the pumpkins that we didn't know were here. And we have quite a few in there. This pumpkin right here is my biggest one, and I'm going to cut that off in a few minutes here because the freeze is coming tonight. And here are my Big Max pumpkins. They really didn't grow much in the past few weeks, so I'm going to cut those off today. And there's another pumpkin there, and I'm not sure if that one's ripe yet or if that's the way it's supposed to be. Then looking over here, here's a watermelon, Blacktail Mountain watermelon, and I'm going to have to look for these because they're kind of hidden in here. Alright, here's my tomato graveyard. Gotta get these all picked tonight. They're not going to survive a freeze. As you can see, all the tomato plants have suffered from the frost. And this is it. That's the end. Well, there's still a few cucumbers in here. Last ripe ones. And all the plants are dying now. It's tater digging time. They were covered with vines and grass, and I can't find the plants because they died off. The tops did anyway. And you can see I dug a few random spots and started to dig up some potatoes, and they look pretty good size this year. People come up to me and ask, "Slee Stack, why do you grow your own vegetables? Why don't you just go to the farmer's market?" I just answer, because I can. And then sometimes people come up to me and ask, "Slee Stack, do people really come up to you?" I just dug out a few onions. The plants are covered with vines and with weeds, so I gotta dig these out too. I went through 3 rows of potatoes and 1 row of onions, and I also took down my sprinklers and ready to be rototilled for next year. Okay, this is my last harvest of the year. This is the harvest roundup, and here we have 30 Jack B. Littles. We got more of these than any other year. And then down here we have Waltham butternut squash. We have 35 of these, way more than last year, and these last all winter, well into the spring. They store well. And then let's see, down here we have watermelons. They didn't do so hot this year. I don't know why. A lot of them rotted up in the garden. And you know what to do with rotted ones, don't you? I'm not going to show you that. And here we have Acorn Squash. We have 36 of these all the way down here, down the railing. And then here we have onions. That's all we got, just a little bit. We only had 1 row. They didn't get too big, but we have something to eat. And then remainder of the cucumbers. And then the remainder of the tomatoes. And then we have 2 boxes of potatoes. This one's Yukon Gold, and this one is Unknown Variety. We didn't have too many of those. Then pumpkins, lots of pumpkins, some small ones, some bizarre one there, kind of half green, half orange, bright yellow orange, and then some, these are Big Maxes here. They didn't get really that big, maybe about 15-20 pounds. And then the last one over here is a white one. I don't know what kind it is, it just grew. So that's it for this weekend for the Harvest Roundup. Well, that's all for this time. Next time I'll be prepping the garden for spring and a little bit of rototilling, cleaning up, and getting some manure in there and some seaweed. So until next time, take care everybody.